Was the Korean War a success or a failure? Imagine a conflict that shaped the political landscape of an entire region, leaving scars that are still visible today. The Korean War, which lasted from 1950 to 1953, was a significant event in the context of the Cold War, involving North Korea, South Korea, and their respective allies. To understand whether this war was a success or a failure, we must examine several key aspects. The war began when North Korea invaded South Korea on June 25, 1950. This act prompted a swift response from the United Nations, led by the United States, aiming to repel the invasion and restore peace. The conflict saw intense fighting, with millions of soldiers and civilians affected. By the time an armistice was signed on July 27, 1953, the front lines had shifted multiple times, but ultimately, the division of Korea remained intact. One of the primary objectives of the United Nations and the United States was to prevent the spread of communism in Asia. In this regard, the war can be viewed as a success, as South Korea remained a separate entity and did not fall under communist control. The establishment of a democratic government in South Korea has allowed it to develop into a prosperous nation over the decades. However, the human cost of the war was staggering. Estimates suggest that approximately 2 million civilians lost their lives, along with hundreds of thousands of military personnel. The conflict also left Korea divided, with a heavily fortified border known as the Demilitarized Zone, separating the North and South. This division has led to ongoing tensions and periodic conflicts, raising questions about the long-term effectiveness of the military intervention. Additionally, the war had significant implications for international relations. It solidified the United States' commitment to containing communism and led to increased military presence in Asia. Conversely, it also strengthened North Korea's resolve and contributed to its militarization, which continues to pose challenges today. In conclusion, determining whether the Korean War was a success or a failure is complex. While it achieved the immediate goal of preventing the spread of communism into South Korea, the long-term consequences, including loss of life and ongoing division, complicate this assessment. The legacy of the war continues to influence the geopolitical dynamics of the region, making it a topic of ongoing discussion and analysis.